Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing this morning? Man, I'm doing good. I just took some new medicine for that I gotta take, so I'm a little loopy, and I had to take some Benadryl just to make sure I don't have a reaction to it. I always say if you take new medication, make sure you take some Benadryl just in case something happens. That way you'll be okay, cause you don't know how these side effects will be. But I only gotta take it for 3 days, so I'll be done. Then I have another medicine I gotta take. And then I got some pain medication. So, because they got to pull a tooth, so they gave me some pain medicines and went ahead and gave it to me. But I ain't gonna use it until they actually pull the tooth. The root of the tooth they gotta pull. But anyway, let's get to the country Wayne skits. Brittany. Um, I told you you gonna have to take your tail between your legs and apologize to Dalen. Out of everybody that knew about the situation, he's the only one that actually told you. You sat there and went off on that man and blatantly disrespected that man because of a female. Because the fact that you made the choice to go and mess around with Kelvin, knowing that you were trying to work things out with Dalen and got your face busted. And now you go, you talk to your parents, and they're trying to sugarcoat it, as I like to call it. And that's the one thing that we're going to talk about today. When lies and everything come to fruition and the truth comes out. What's crazy is people will try to justify or make excuses for what they did. But there was nothing that you did that was life threatening where you had to do it. You did it because you wanted to. There's no other reason. People need to stop thinking that the reason that person cheated was because of something you did. They did it because, number one, you weren't there. Number two, you didn't have a say-so in the matter. Number three, nobody was there to stop them. And number four, they just wanted to do it. No other reason. Because if they really loved and cared about you, they'd have never did it. But I understand the fact they wanted to have a child. But the fact that you paid Keith to leave and everything, and like I said, Keith was doing it to do y'all a favor. He didn't do it because he was, trying to get with Nat, and we know that. But the point is that this whole storyline is stupid. Going and doing in vitro fertilization, they should have just made it so she slept with both of them. She didn't know which one was which, and they should have did it that way. But that ain't what they did. But I digress. But Mama Nat still trying to play the high road. You sat up here and had that girl paying and taking care of you for years, and you had this secret. And now the fact that she's finally going off on you and your consequences, repercussions are coming up. Now you talking about and trying to make it seem like she's in the wrong. That's one thing that gaslighting people do. They always will gaslight you. But the one thing she said that got my attention, she said, now I know why I lie. Now I know why when it comes to men, I'm the way I am because of you two. Because y'all both liars. And I see where I get it from. That right there is powerful. Because the fact that she came to the realization that the reason that some of the things she does is because of her parents and the lies that they've told and things of that nature, I'm glad she recognized that. But I think that she needs to go to therapy, and I think she needs to deal with these issues. And now that this is happening, it's really going to give her some time to look within herself. And this is what I mean when it comes to healing and therapy. When something like this comes out, it's a question of being able to deal with it without being emotional to where you lash out. Yeah, it hurts, but lashing out ain't going to solve the problem. Cussing the people out ain't going to solve the problem. What happened, happened, and ain't nothing that can be done about it. The only thing you can do is be pissed off, number one, because they didn't tell you. Number two, be mad because you can somewhat be upset because of what was stripped from you. Number three, that you wasted time, depending on the situation. But, like I said, things happen like this all the time. And we have to learn that things will continue to happen like this. So yeah, the first time, yeah, you might blow up, you might do something stupid. The second time, you might be upset. But the third, after that, why am I being mad because somebody cheated? Why am I being mad because some man messing around with other women? That should be something that no matter what should be always stuck in the back of your mind. That's why when it comes down to how much you trust somebody, 50%. Don't ever trust anybody any more than 50%. Because that way you are not surprised when they cheat. You're not surprised when they do something. You don't even get mad about it. You just pack your stuff and leave and let it be that. You don't even, because like I said, every man's excuse, every woman's excuse is going to be the same when it comes to that. They did it because the opportunity presented itself. They did it because they wanted to. And they did it because nobody was going to stop them in the first place. And they had no respect for you, most importantly. But yet they claim they love you just like somebody hitting you. Nobody loves you if they put their hands on you. Who loves you but yet put their hands on you at the same time? That's stupid. So that's my thoughts on that. As for Jocelyn, the flowers should have told you what it was. Girl, your instincts as a ex-drug dealer should tell you what that means. At the end of the day, yeah, some managers will send you flowers if you have surgery and stuff. They will send you flowers. They'll call and check on you. Things like that. But I'm with Terry. Sean, tell Jocelyn the truth. You like Sonny. That way, if you like Sonny and you and Sonny, Sonny didn't do anything, and Sonny would never cross that line. But at the same time, he likes Sonny. He spends more time with Sonny than he does with you. And you should have never ever even put them together like that in the first place. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to learn that some things you don't want to put your friends involved in when it comes to your man. Because then they'll start popping up unexpectedly. All of a sudden, something like this happens. So, like I said, Jocelyn, either you like the man or either you don't. Stop playing with him. If you like him, then tell him that you like him. That way, this won't even be an issue. All he waiting on is for you to decide whether or not you really like him or not. And then y'all can go from there. As for Ralphie and Mike, something in the back of my mind is telling me that he's not the father. I think Joelle gonna end up being the father. Like I said, we'll have to wait to see how far along she is, if she's pregnant. And then again, she could be where they might think she's pregnant, and then they may tell her she has that thing where people think they're pregnant, but have all the symptoms of pregnancy, but it ain't. I forgot what they call it. That could be that too. Or she might lose a baby, but we don't know. We won't know yet. I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios in this situation, so it just depends when it comes. Because, like I said, she could take too long to take the test and then go to the doctor, and they say, well, you were pregnant, the baby's gone. It could be that too. And her being devastated about losing the baby. As far as Melissa is concerned, you and Nikki have been cousins and been friends entirely too long. Girl, at the end of the day, I'm going to say the same thing to you I said with Jocelyn. Y'all got to be careful about who y'all bring around y'all man and let just pop up whenever they want to. No, you're not popping up on my man like that. If I'm not home, you ain't popping up. Point blank, period. And when it comes to certain things that you wear, trust me, I'm going to pay attention. I pay attention to everything. If you weren't dressing like that before, but all of a sudden now you changing the way you dress, I already know what you're trying to do, and I'm gonna stop it right there. At the end of the day, I would never do nothing like that to my friends. I've never done no mess like that. Like I said, I've never been attracted to they man like that because at the end of the day, that's they man. That's how I am. But the one thing I can say about my friends, at least with us, we actually give each other enough respect to come to each other if we were to talk to somebody else's ex. We'll have the DC to at least talk to them about it and see how they feel about it. If they say they don't care, then that's a whole nother conversation. At least you talk to the person. Most of y'all will go behind that person's back and do it. And that's the thing. Why do you go behind somebody's back and do some nonsense? Like I said, then when it come out, you want to say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Yes, you did. You meant it because you did it. And that's one thing about action behavior. That's based upon choices and decisions. You chose to do what you did. So why am I gonna sit up here and you gonna sit here and lie to my face and make it seem like you didn't mean to do it? Yes, you did. You just didn't think I was gonna find out about it and there wasn't gonna be no consequence because of karma. That's all.